Hello folks, welcome to Teach Kolachi, and today we are going to start off with a new learning path in machine learning and statistical analysis. Before we start off with, I'm going to tell you that in this learning path we are going to learn machine learning algorithms and natural language processing, and in the end we are going to learn how to deploy end-to-end machine learning projects. I would also like to mention that in this learning path we are going to focus on exercises, mini projects in order to learn and get more practical experience. So let's start with machine learning. Machine learning is a broad collection of tools which finds patterns in existing data in order to make predictions for future observations of data. It can also be inferred as a science of getting computers to learn without being explicitly programmed. Its applications are in database mining. If we talk about e-commerce websites in which visitors' web click data is being maintained in order to provide them a better product recommendation. Moreover, applications which cannot be programmed by hand, which requires much of a domain knowledge, can be programmed using machine learning algorithms. If we talk about autonomous helicopter, handwriting recognition, NLP and computer vision are all part of this domain. Moreover, self-customizing programs like product recommendation systems are also an application of machine learning. So if we talk about traditional programming, in which we give an input data and program and computer give the output. But in machine learning, we provide an input data and we provide the output data, and collectively the computer learns what's the program, what's the pattern in the given input data and the output data. So if we talk about learning is a process where we take a series of observations and draw conclusions based on our past experiences. So if we talk about machine learning analogy in human terms, we continuously learn from our failures in order to be better. So here comes the question that where does the revolution of machine learning came and why machine learning? So here we conclude that a massive amount of newly generated data due to data deluge. Here comes the concept of IoTs, Internet of Things. So all the devices are being connected to internet and they are providing terabytes of data. Secondly, a massive improvement in computer memory and performance. Yes, definitely we are having an improved version of computer memory and performance. We have GPUs, TPUs, which are helping out to perform the higher computations for machine learning. So here we have three things. X, which is a feature vector, or you can say a matrix of all the features, and Y is a set of labels or output variable, or we can also say that it is a reference variable with respect to all the features X. Lastly, F is the representation of our model. So here we are going to work out with a simple example in which we are going to generate a vector of 100 values from 0 to 1 using a NumPy function range space and add some random noise into it using np.random.choice, and we are going to plot all the data points. Let's see the output. So here is the output of all the random data points being generated using the random function. Now we are going to generate predictive relationship by using one of the simplest possible methods. So we are using a polyfit function of NumPy and poly1d function of NumPy in order to fit the data points which we have generated randomly. So let's see the output. So here the orange line is the straight line which is used to fit all the random data points which we have generated, and in contrast we have truth in green color. So let's proceed further to get the intuition why we need machine learning models. So here arises few questions on the model we developed in the above cells. So how good is the model? Can we add flexibility to the model? And is the model generalizable for the future unknown data? And lastly, what does the model teach us about the data? Before proceeding further, here we are going to determine what is the goal of machine learning. So the goal of machine learning is to understand the data we already have So the random data which we already have, we are going to understand what are the insights present in our data and use these understandings to make predictions about unlabeled data which we get in future and which is unknown to our model. Here we are going to learn what are the two classes of machine learning. Machine learning is being divided into two classes, a supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Here we are going to look up to a supervised learning example. So for supervised learning, we have labeled data, we have the features being labeled to its output variable y. So both of the variables, we have x, feature matrix, and y, the output or reference variable. So we are going to give both x and y to our model for training, and we are going to produce prediction on the test data. And in the end, it would determine whether the input and unseen data was whether a square or a triangle. Now coming to the unsupervised learning example. Unsupervised learning example doesn't have an output variable or a reference variable y. We just give the input data to our model which trains and produce the insights in the data. As we can see in this example that the input data doesn't contains the labels in the form of y, but after the training the unsupervised learning algorithms tries to cluster the similar data points whether they are being classified as green, blue or red. Let's take some examples of supervised learning. So if we talk about house price prediction, this is a supervised learning example. If we talk about unsupervised learning examples, this can be used in social network analysis, market segmentation and astronomical data analysis. If we talk about astronomical data analysis. So these were some of the examples of supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Lastly, we are going to talk about reinforcement learning. So what reinforcement learning does is perform the actions which provides higher rewards and learns them in order to perform with future unknown input data. Here we are going to cater some of the machine learning difficulties which we learned priorly. Here we have increased the boundary from 0 to 2. And let's see how our model performs on this. Here we can see according to the plot that our model does not generalize the unseen input data which is being provided to it. Let's see further by making some changes that how our model performs on further examples. So here we are going to increase the degree of freedom by giving it a polynomial degree of 15. Let's see how our model generalizes on future input data points. Here in the plot we can see that our data is being overfitting, or we can say that it is trying to fit on the data points which are not necessary to be learned by our model. So by using this model we are going to apply it on a new random generated data points. So let's start. This is really surprising that the model which used to look to fit all the data points nicely, but it did not perform well on the testing side. So the model which we developed was overfitting the newly input data. So this is the machine learning difficulties which we are going to improve further by using hyperparameters. We are going to begin with scikit-learn. Scikit-learn is a package written in Python. So we are going to learn further scikit-learn in the next video, but to get an intuition that why machine learning models tries to fit and cater all the machine learning difficulties which we saw earlier. So it doesn't matter whether you get the syntax or not, we are going to deep dive further in the next video. So to get a naive intuition how the machine learning model performs, we are going to run these cells. So let's start. We are going to import linear regression from scikit-learn. Moving on, we are going to create an object of linear regression class from scikit-learn, and we are going to fit the model. So here are the coefficients and intercept which the model was able to fit. Here we are going to perform the predictions and plot the graph. So this orange line is the model which is being fit over the input data. These blue dots are the input data on which our model is being trained. If we look further, we are going to introduce a transformer of polynomial features, which we did earlier by using polyfit and giving it a degree of 15. So we are going to perform these tasks with scikit-learn library, and we are going to encapsulate all these tasks in a pipeline in which we have polynomial features to transform the input data and linear fit in order to perform linear regression. So let's see the output. Here we got a clear indication that how well our model performed on an unseen data. So machine learning is a powerful tool which helps us to understand our input data and find patterns in that data in order to make predictions on future unseen observation of data. Lastly, we can also test our model on a greater number of data points, and we can see over here that it is performing really very well. So what are the points to be noted over here? The difficulties of machine learning which we learned throughout this video. So underfitting and overfitting are the problems which we are going to cater using hyperparameters and different machine learning techniques which we are going to learn further in this course. So stay tuned with our channel in order to get introduced to scikit-learn in the next video. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.